Testing, testing. Test, test, test. There we go. Okay. And good afternoon, everybody. We are getting settled in here for afternoon baseball between the visiting Folsom Bulldogs and your Oak Ridge Trojans here from Trojan Field. My partner, Charlie Limoncelli. I'm Nico Horning. And baseball action will be coming to you momentarily. Charlie, we've had a hectic hour and a half of getting things set up, and here we are. We're still not fully set up. Understaffed today with only 3 people, and it's been a mess.
Yep.
Nothing else to say. Nothing is easy at the school, folks. But here we are. Jake Fields will be starting for the Trojans. Fields 2-1 on the year with a 2.39 ERA. About 50 strikeouts to 12 walks. So Fields will be trying to lead his team to a win today. And the visiting Bulldogs coming in with a 3-7 record. Oak Ridge at 6-4. So the lineups for you: Callahan will lead off, playing shortstop. Ronan McGagan batting second, and Caffarella will be in the hole to start this ball game off. Callahan sets in. And Fields is in there with the first strike of the ball game. 4:03 the start time today. In the low 70s.
It's a nice day for baseball.
And that one will be fouled off behind the Trojans. Dugout. Fields off to a 0-2 start. Third start this season for Fields. The pitch, and that'll be low and in. Fields has room to work with here. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch will be fouled down the right field line. It'll be a little too far foul for Jones or Trexler to retrieve it, and the count will stay 1-2. The fourth pitch, this at bat right there, and Fields hits the outside corner, and that's how this game gets started. McGagan will strike out. Rather, Callahan will strike out. McGagan now will step up to the plate. And that one will be off to the outside. So McGagan only 5'6" for this Bulldogs team. He'll be a bit behind that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
McGain on the year hitting .262 so far. He has been at bat 42 times, 10 runs batted in. So pretty solid season for him.
Fields finds the lower outside corner for a called strike, 1-2. And that one will be off to the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fields standing at 6 foot. Been a very reliable pitcher for the most part for Oak Ridge this year. That one's fouled back. two teams faced off yesterday for game 1 of the series. And Folsom was able to come out on top 7-5. That one's in the dirt. So McGagan has worked it to a full count. The 3-2 pitch, and it'll be low and in. So first base runner of the game,
Number 6, Adam Cafarella.
McGagan will reach first.
Fields is 2-1 so far this year, mostly used as a reliever. This is one of his first couple of starts. He's been relatively good with the walks, only 12 compared to his 50 strikeouts in only 26 innings. So clearly, strikeout artist doing very well for himself this year, establishing himself as the ace of the staff.
Yeah, he's only a junior as well, and he can get up to 90, 91. That one will be to the backstop, and McGagan will advance to second. So Oak Ridge, or rather Folsom's got a man in scoring position now. So Adam Cafarella up at the plate. Had a home run yesterday.
Driven in 11 runs on the year and 56 at-bats, which leaves him at a .214 average.
Called strike right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 home runs on the year for Cafarella.
Big Power looking to capitalize, bring in the run here.
Yeah, righty-righty matchup, and that one a little blown by Adam Cafarella. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You could see Fields really put the heat on that one, and Cafarella, he swung under it, trying to get too much of it. Trying to get under it a lot, and they whiffed.
And the 1-2 pitch will be fouled back. Defense straight up. One out in this top of the first inning here from Oak Ridge High School. And that one got away from Fields. Try to come in with the off speed. Be a 2-2 count.
Looks like his breaking ball was released a little too high and also didn't break as much as it should have in order for it to land as a strike there.
And Fields
Big
will
whiff.
strike out the big man Cafarella.
Now batting number 9, Peyton Dupree.
So 2 outs, 2 strikeouts here in this first inning as Dupree will step up to the plate.
Dupree's hasn't really been hitting too much for average, under 200 at 184, but 7 runs batted in 49 plate appearance, or excuse me, at bats. So he makes some good opportunities, drives in runs.
Dupree 1 for 3 in the game yesterday. And that one will be off to the right side and foul. Fields ahead in the count once again. 2 strikes on Dupree. Folsom scored in their first inning yesterday. Just 1 run, and right now we have man on second at scoring position. 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Big opportunity here for Dupree. Really needs to cash in for his team and get the Bulldogs ahead early.
Oak Ridge in no hurry, pitching to this Folsom offense. As Dupree referee calls for time. And Fields strikes out the side to get this game started. Dupree goes down. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing ball game. We'll be back in a minute. So bottom of the first here at Oak Ridge High School. It'll be Catchings, Trexler, and Frank to start off the game for the Trojan offense. Catchings a comebacker to the pitcher.
Matthew Gallant.
Yep.
Now batting right fielder number 24.
And Gallant will field it himself, 1 out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Gallant. And that brings up the high vision guy, Callan Trexler.
He's a big lefty standing at 6'4", also the ace of the staff, 4 wins, 2 losses as a starter.
Trexler, no time to waste, and that one will be caught out at second. So 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Braden Frank.
Not sure if this is the start that Coach Melton wanted for the Trojans. And Braden Frank will step up to the plate. One of the best hitters on this team.
That's right, Frank hitting at .325 on the season so far. Obviously has some power too. Otherwise it wouldn't be hitting in the 3 spot.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Frank takes for ball 1. And a nice pitch in there for called strike.
Off speed, looked like a bit of a changeup, maybe even a something like a curveball, but really nice.
Down and away, 2-1.
Frank's being patient here. He wants to get on board and allow the next man up in order to get some runs on the board here early. Oak Ridge loves jumping out to an early lead, and they do well when they do so.
And Frank chases the high one there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Frank with a base hit yesterday, went 1 for 3, drove in a couple runs.
Wow.
And a remarkable inning by Gallant for the Bulldogs. So a quick first inning and a scoreless first inning. Bulldogs up next. So top of the second here at Oak Ridge. Fields back on the mound for a second inning of work. Down and away, ball 1. Sean Carey steps in for the Bulldogs.
Big cut.
Big cut indeed. One ball, 2 strikes. Fields the pitch. Catchings. Gets a good read on it, 1 out.
Now batting number 11.
Catchings is a stalwart out there in left field. Does a great job making sure he tracks down the ball. Nothing really gets past him much. So not only is he a good offensive player, excuse me, but a good defensive player.
Charlie takes a midair sneeze there. So now up is Colin Gallagher, and that one's above his head for ball 1. Gallagher will foul that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had 2 walks on Saturday. Gallagher, a sophomore. And a good take there for ball 2. Went 2 for 3 yesterday in the win over Oak Ridge. Scored himself a run. And that one, I believe, is off his elbow. It is. So Gallagher will reach first on a hit by pitch.
Now batting number 5, Slade Wilson.
So Gallagher doing an impressive job there as a sophomore. Good eye, allowing that pitch to go inside and hit him. So after an inning of 3 strikeouts, Fields' first batter in the top of the second is a walk, or hit by a pitch. Excuse me.
Slade Wilson steps in. And he chases high and away. Wilson has team high 24 hits on the season, and also leading the team in runs. So definitely a guy that can produce base hits left and right.
Certainly.
Fields a quick move over to first. So one thing you'll notice, this Oak Ridge team, a little bit slower pace of play when runners are on. You have the pitching coach, Coach Taylor, calling over to Bizjack, the catcher, relaying the number instead of the traditional signs.
2 straight pickoff attempts for Fields, trying to make sure the runner doesn't go anywhere.
Base umpire telling Folsom's dugout a couple expectations. So still 0-1. Fields keeps going at Gallagher. Now goes at Wilson, and Wilson will swing and miss.
Wilson's in an 0-2 hole, needs to shorten up the swing, try to get something into the air at least to move over Gallagher.
Wilson did not play in the game yesterday. Here's the 0-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charlie, this is our second stream this week. We had volleyball last night, and we got 2 more to go.
Well, not exactly a stream, but yes, our second event.
Fields
Low
in there.
strike. Got him with the low fastball. Wilson just caught stunned, thought it would be a ball.
Now batting number 20, Ryan McCabe.
New batter Ryan McCabe hitting .333 on the year. Big swing and a miss from McCabe. Fields with a pickoff attempt again, making sure Gallagher is on lockdown.
McCabe 1 for 2 yesterday. Fields trying to get out of the inning after hitting Gallagher, who remains on first. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fields looking for the putout. Well, nope. Didn't have 2 strikes until just then.
Called strikes in there on the corner.
Good job painting the strike zone today from Fields. Looking to see a couple more strikeouts. I think he's already at 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 4 for Fields. That one will miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jones got the start yesterday for the Trojans, now playing first base. Went 3 innings and 2/3. 80 pitches, so a little bit higher on the pitch count. And playing first today in the start. Fields a 2-2, and
He's got him.
McCabe chases for the 3rd out of the inning. Fields, strikeout number 5. Scoreless ball game here at Oak Ridge High School.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for Oak Ridge, number 22, first baseman Brent Jones.
So speaking of Jones, he'll lead off the inning for the Trojans. Batting 4th today in the cleanup spot. Had a home run yesterday.
I do believe that's 2 in the last 2 games
Yes,
for Jones.
correct.
He is also hitting .429 on the year. 28 at-bats.
And Gallant will miss high and away for ball 1.
Gallant still the pitcher from last inning, working with a 1.83 ERA, so he is really showing his stuff so far this year. As we mentioned, the ace of this staff.
And the high fastball's in there, 2-1. Jones will be heading to Utah next year for pitching, but he's been showing the offensive bat lately. That one will be ripped down the left field line and foul. Went 5 for 7 last week against Del Oro in that series, so Jones has been hot.
Absolutely. Looking to continue that streak here, and that breaking ball misses on the outside.
It'll be a full count. The 3-2 from Gallant. Misses high.
Good take from Jones. He checked his swing. He started to go, but held it back just enough.
Now batting designated hitter.
So Oak Ridge reaches on base. And this will be the first time we've seen Gallant out of the stretch. Very quick first inning. He had 2 pitches, 2 outs, and then Frank with the strikeout.
Now here's Joe Carroll. Our last time we were broadcasting a baseball game, Joe Carroll with a grand slam that ultimately put Oak Ridge ahead for the first time, and they would not look back after that one.
Yeah, Bolton had the start for that one. I don't think he had any earned runs, but 4 runs coming in the top of the first, and Carroll struck back with a grand slam himself, making a 5-4 ball game as Jones will stay at first there, does not advance.
So Carroll clearly has power. He's dangerous with runners on, including that home run, that grand slam. He has 6 runs batted in.
2-0 the count. Jones not too far off first. And that one will miss outside. So Carroll's worked it to a 3-0 count.
Might have the opportunity to swing away if it's close here.
And Gallant's in there for a strike. Jones does have 1 steal on the season.
Showcasing some of that athleticism.
Yeah. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 3-1. It'll be down the left field line.
Drops foul.
Carey a little hesitant, couldn't quite finish that one. It'll drop foul, so a full count after Gallant fell 3-0. Couple strikes and back to a full count. Here's Carroll on the 3-2. And misses. If McCabe secured that one, might have been a different story, but 2 batters and 2 walks to lead off the bottom of the second. And the coach will come out for the Bulldogs before Porter Price is able to step to the plate.
Gonna get a mound visit here. Gallant needs to get his composure back.
So Jones on second, Carroll on first. Price with a chance to move him over with nobody out. And Gallant, after a very impressive first inning, has allowed 2 walks in the second inning of work. We'll see if he can find himself here.
He's certainly worked out of trouble before this year. He's got the stuff. Just needs to put it in the right place and make sure Oak Ridge can't hit it. In any case, Porter Price hitting 192 on the year. So dangerous threat here. Here's the bunt.
And they'll get the force at third. So Jones will head back to the dugout, 1 out.
Batting number 14,
Carroll moves to second.
Harriet.
So same situation this time with one man out. And that'll bring up you Harriet. Harriet pitched on Saturday at Del Oro. Went 5 2/3 and had 10 strikeouts with only one walk in 89 pitches. So a very productive start for you Harriet as the first strike of the at-bats in there.
That's right. He's been battling with Fields for the top pitcher so far this year, 7-0. Really great line. And he gets hit there.
Great stop by, no, misses foot. Great stop by McCabe.
But as a batter, you Harry only hitting .094, so not a great average, but he does walk a fair bit, which brings his on-base percentage up. Brings it up to 216, to be precise.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And it'll be foul. 1 and 2.
So Harriet needs to be careful not to ground into a double play and end the inning. Needs to get the ball into the air and make sure runners will at least advance. Chargers have to capitalize here. Big whiff.
And Gallant with his second strikeout of the ball game. You Harriet
Catcher number 16, Connor Bizjack.
heads back, and here comes Connor Bizjack, the Trojan speedster.
Gallant really doing a great job showing why he is such a great pitcher. Really nice high fastball. You Harriet totally bit.
Bizjack, first pitch, and that'll be lined out to Callahan at short. So Gallant falls behind, 2 walks, works himself back, a strikeout, a force out, and a line out to Callahan. Scoreless ball game here as we enter the top of the third. We'll be back in just a minute.
Leading off the top of the third, number 27, Kellen Arbus.
And we're back here at the Trojan field. The 5'5" Kellen Arbus will lead off the inning for Folsom in the 9 spot.
Got a pretty high batting average, 429 for the 9 spot, so impressive there.
Arbus, 1 for Won yesterday, just one at bat, but also scored a couple times, had 3 plate appearances, so also worked a walk. And that one's fouled back. Fields jumps ahead 0-2.
So quickly Fields with an opportunity to strike out another batter. Already has 5 so far today. And we're only through 2 innings.
The 0-2.
Strike
And
3.
another strikeout for Jake Fields.
That fastball is just practically unhittable for these Bulldog hitters. They really don't know what to do with
Now
it.
batting number 3, Colin Callahan.
Third
Fields
strikeout in a row for Fields.
And he's just locating really well, especially, and he's bringing his velocity as per usual.
Yes.
So that combination is just too much.
Colin Callahan steps back in for his second at bat of the afternoon. That will miss inside. First pitch off speed.
Callahan, arguably the most dangerous hitter on this Bulldogs team, hitting 380, 71 at-bats, and 14 runs batted in. So really need to watch out for him.
Second pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Callahan struck out looking in his first at-bat. One of Fields' 6 strikeouts on the day. And that one will be ripped to left for a base hit. And Callahan reaches aboard here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting number 1, Ronan McGagan.
Charlie, a nice swing from Colin Callahan and able to work with what he's got.
Absolutely, and he showed why he's one of the better bats, able to hit a really good pitch from Jake Fields and get a line drive single to become the first man on.
Ronan McGagan now fouls the first pitch back. Issued a walk in his first at-bat. So just like that, Fields already coming out 0-1.
Slow pickoff from Fields. He's done a good job so far controlling the bases. He hasn't really allowed the runners to do anything. No steals so far.
Fields misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the defense of Oak Ridge has been quiet today, not having to work.
No, not at all.
Bizjack attempts a quick move there to first. Behind the runner.
Jones did a good job fielding that, not letting it get past him and allowing Callahan to advance.
2-1 the count. Fields out of the stretch. That one will be a high pop-up. And Harriet calls off Price for the second out of the 3rd inning.
Now batting number 6, Adam Caparella.
So McGagan goes down on a pop out behind 3rd base. Adam Caffarella now stepping up to the plate. Seven doubles on the year, tied with his teammate Callahan. So, like we talked about in his first at-bat, Charlie, no shortage of power here.
Yeah, absolutely. Slugging percent, 446. And he clearly shows it. But right here, just looking to move the runner, maybe even double could score Callahan. He's certainly got some speed.
Callahan, 7 steals on the season.
Obviously looking for more, trying to get into Fields' head.
Fields off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian Castile, the new manager for the Bulldogs. After Aaron Agnew stepped down this past season, his first year not as manager. And that one will be popped up. Jones calls for it. And Frank will call him off. So 3 outs now after the base hit by Callahan. Still scoreless here at Oak Ridge as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. Catchings will lead off for Oak Ridge. We'll be back. And we're back here at Oak Ridge High School. Nico Horning, Charlie Limoncelli. As Christian Cochran will lead off the inning for the Trojans.
Cochran having a solid year so far in the 9-hole, hitting 156, 32 at-bats. And he's certainly a speed threat.
There it is. Cochran lays it down the first base line.
And he's there.
And he beats it out.
Showcasing that speed, just like we said.
So Cochran, a very successful way for Oak Ridge to get on base to start the inning. Fastest guy on the team. And a smart move by Coach Melton as now Catchings will come up for Oak Ridge.
Catching's big offensive threat. On base percentage 481. His slugging is straight 400. So you have to watch out for him as a hitter.
Oak Ridge would like to see more steals out of Cochran, however, only 2 on the season. Unable to find himself on base that often. Catchings will lay down a bunt as well.
Catchings has some speed too, and that throw is going to be errant.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 now. Cochran to third, and he'll be tagged out. So an aggressive move from Christian Cochran after the bunt from Catchings and the error at second base. So it'll be 1 out, and Catchings now on first as Trexler steps up for the Trojans.
Interesting move from Cochran. I mean, he looked like he had a chance, but the third baseman got back to the bag pretty quickly and was able to get the throw from second.
Trexler, dribbler to short, and they get the force at second, so Catchings will trot back.
So Trexler's been quick to swing on both of his at-bats, both in the first pitch.
Yeah.
The ball was in play, and both times they led to outs. So I think he might need to be a little more patient, wait for a pitch he can hit better.
Callahan, a nice quick play there at short. 2 outs. Yeah, Trexler trying to jump on Gallant early. And he's been a big walk producer this year for sure as Frank takes for ball 1, low and away.
Big breaking ball. You can see it just kind of hang a bit, but it eventually dropped outside and low. So Frank obviously didn't swing at it.
Frank
Big
will go the
hit
other
from
way.
Frank.
Carries back, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So after Cochran was able to get on first with the leadoff bunt, Trojans unsuccessful in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the 4th inning. Nothing ball game here at Oak Ridge High School. Welcome back. Nothing ball game here in the top of the 4th. It's been a pitcher's duel so far, Charlie.
It has. Jake Fields 6 strikeouts in 3 innings, doing a great job locking it down for the Trojans. At the same time, Matthew Gallant on the other side of the mound doing an excellent job making sure the Trojans don't really do much.
So Dupree in a strikeout in his first at bat takes Lone away for ball 1. Fields 6 strikeouts on the day. And he's been very impressive.
Absolutely, and that's what the Trojans were expecting. I was talking to some of the players earlier, and they're like, we've got Fields on the mound. We feel great heading into the game, and he's certainly delivered on the pitching end. They just need to pick it up on the offensive side.
Dupree in the air to left, catching's there, 1 out.
Just like that, Fields gave him a good pitch to hit, and Dupree certainly turned on it. He swung and hit it right to catchings. Didn't have to move very much.
Now Sean Carey, after he flew out to left in his first time around, left-handed hitter will swing at the first pitch. It'll be a dribbler to Hugh Harriet. Hugh Harriet at an error over Jones. And Carey will reach first base with 1 out in the inning.
Number 11, Colin Gallagher.
So Fields hasn't been as lights out in these past couple at-bats. Seems like the Bulldogs are starting to hit him a little more.
So it'll be Colin Gallagher. Carey at first.
Gallagher
Fields.
dangerous in the middle of the order.
It'll be out of play. So 0-1. Carey with 5 stolen bases this season. So he can definitely do it if he has to. Gallagher 2 for 3 yesterday as Fields goes over to Jones. Only 2 hits in this contest, Charlie, and it's been an extreme pitching duel so far.
Yeah, but it's certainly been a fun one.
Yes. Fields in there for the second strike of the at-bat.
Fields probably going to look for off speed here, trying to put Gallagher away. curveball on the outside might do the trick.
0-2 the count.
But it'll go to the fastball instead.
So fouled away.
So Gallagher has a bit of an opportunity here. He could move the runners over or even just getting a hit would be good. Put his team, the Bulldogs, in a advantageous position.
Ryan Stafford, alumni of Folsom. Catcher now at Cal Poly. His dad actually still an assistant coach here for this varsity squad. He went he batted .458 with 9 doubles, 2 triples, and a couple of homers in his senior season. 1-2 the count to Gallagher. Stafford had first team All-Sierra Foothill League honors and also a participant in the Optimist All-Star game. So something to keep an eye on over at Cal Poly, a Folsom Bulldog alumni. Fields keeping a close eye on Carey.
So big battle here. Gallagher and Fields. Nobody's really given an inch.
Gallagher just trying to move over Carey, or obviously get on pace himself.
Breaking ball from Fields and throw to first.
And Price gets out Gallagher. Folsom, a little questionable on that call. Little do they know, we got this game broadcasted right now, but they're not going to want to look at the instant replay. So it turned out to be a nice play from Price over at third.
That's horrible.
Folsom fans do not like the call.
Well, nonetheless, here comes Slade Wilson for his second at bat of the ball game. 2 outs. Carey on second. And we'll see if
scoring position.
Yeah, we'll see if Fields can get out of the inning once again. First pitch fouled back to the screen.
Come on, Slade. Let's go, Slade, go.
Wilson has his fair share of power as well. The 0-1. And fouled away again. So 2 pitches and 2 strikes. 0-2. We'll see if Fields can put out Wilson right here.
Still just 6 strikeouts for Fields.
Only.
Yeah. Still a very impressive number.
Jake Fields, his first start in league play this season. And he has shown why he deserves a starting spot so far today.
Absolutely doing a really great job.
The 0-2 will miss.
High
Up and away.
outside. Fields is trying to locate that breaking ball, but Wilson saw that it was going to go outside, didn't swing. So now you got to wonder, does Fields go to the inside? Try to jam him maybe with some heat.
And that's usually been the case. The 1-2. That one's up. Catching's on it. And he'll make the grab. So Catchings gets under it for the 3rd out. Fields with another solid inning of work, and we'll head into the bottom half of the 4th inning. Mr. Pauly, welcome in.
Hey, how's it going? Been a while.
It has been a while. Aiden Pauly now with us in this bottom half of the fourth. Pauly, you've been here for quite a while in this ball game. Jones will lead off the inning for the Trojans, but it's been a pitcher's duel, hasn't it?
100%. Jake has shown an excellent amount of command with his pitches, and Folsom using their defense to kind of get through some tough spots, and that's just how it's been so far.
Jones will swing on the first pitch, dribble her down the left field line, foul.
He fought back from, I believe, a 1-2 to earn the walk last time, so good at bat from him last time, and as I've heard, 2 home runs his last 2 games.
Yes. Jones, very productive at the plate as of late. Takes down in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not a lot of wind today. It's been a nice day for some baseball.
Jones with a good eye there, just off. So 2-1. And Jones struck out yesterday to end the game with the tying run on base. But other than that, been extremely reliable for the Trojans here. Rips it over short. And Jones is on yet again.
Bat number 35, Joe.
You know, it's good to see. I mean, I've always known him as a pitcher, PO for a while. But to see him come alive, I mean, what's he batting this year so far? 429 going into the day. That's great on around 30 at bats. So real impressive to see him come from a PO. I mean, we knew he was great, but to really come alive as a hitter.
Carroll chases for the first strike.
Off speed, had him out in front and broke away from the bat.
Only Gallant's second hit allowed today. 3rd hit of the ball game. That one's gets away from Gallant. 1-1.
You know, I saw something interesting recently. In the MLB, for the first time ever, fastballs have gone under 50% of pitches thrown, and
Wow.
so that one's
And that shows you
hammered to
the
left field.
effectiveness of the off speed as of late. Carroll will
Bat by
fly
number
out to
3,
left.
Price.
Porter Price will head to the plate.
Just get you thinking, when will that type of pitching, that mentality trickle down through the systems, through college and down to high school?
Well, you also look at the younger arms and
Of course.
not wanting pitchers to throw out their arms at an early age. So that comes into play, but also just the effectiveness of some of these pitches that pitchers have. Jones will advance to second.
Seen quite a bit of balls, not necessarily bad pitches, just low pitches trying to get chase, kind of squeak out a little bit, and that's the first time I've really seen us, or Oak Ridge, take advantage of it. Perhaps something to look for going into these next few innings.
Oak Ridge with a man on second, 1 out. Price to left, and he'll have a base hit. Jones will go to third. And the Trojans have got something cooking here in the bottom half of the fourth.
Good piece of hitting. I mean, ball down and in, able to sit on it and then drive it through the gap. Left fielder did a good job of getting that ball in quickly, though. Brent looked like he wanted to turn for the moment.
Yeah, nice at bat from Price. So runners on the corners. 1 out. Andy Harriet steps in for the blue and gold. Harriet's going to lay down a bunt on the first base side, and the run's going to score. And Harriet does his job. Finally, either team able to break the ice. Trojans score first. It's 1-0.
And that's a textbook suicide squeeze to the right side. I mean, really on that piece, or I get what do you want to call it, set piece, anywhere but the pitcher. You just want to get it off the side but not too hard so the first baseman can't bring it in, and just find that gap, and done perfectly. Good way to break this ice and give the home team a 1-run lead.
First time I've been able to fill in a square on my scorecard today in a
Nasty
nice.
breaking ball
Yeah.
there. Started outside, able to bring that one back in.
In for strike one. Bizjack 0 for 2 yesterday. And he'll swing for strike two. Ball gets away on the throw down to second. Price will remain at second base.
Second baseman made a great play to keep that one in the infield. I mean, had to dive over over an Oak Ridge runner just to get to that ball and was able to, I guess, knock it to his shortstop. Good play. Good save.
Bizjack lined out to Callahan in his first time around, and Gallant will strike out Bizjack, so 2 at-bats, and Bizjack's retired, but the Trojans able to get a run in with the squeeze bunt by Harriet. It's 1-0. One nothing ball game here at Oak Ridge High School.
Welcome to the
And-
top of the 5th inning here.
Yeah, McCabe will step in for the Bulldogs. Struck out swinging in his first time around. First pitch will be a grounded to Price. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
You know, that's another good play from Price. That one a bit more routine, but 2 good throws on the money to
Yes.
get some putouts here.
So McCabe grounds out. Kellen Arbus now steps to the right-handed batter's box. Fields and wastes no time, and that'll be popped up. Jones covering the sun and tracks it down for out number 2.
You know, that reminds me, there was a White Sox Twins game, I believe, that, I mean, the wind was just so bad. There was like 4 or 5 infield hits off the wind, and seeing Brent move around out there just gave me a little reminder of that. Nice and calm day, though.
So a fast 2 outs for Jake Fields. And we're back at the top of the order. Callahan's in there, called strike 1.
Callahan batting .380. I mean, he's doing everything you want a leadoff hitter to do, get on base and
Yeah.
turn and go.
Also 2 doubles on the day yesterday.
That one fouled back and away towards the dugout there. Ooh, off the top of the fence.
So Fields in front, 0-2 the count.
And he's done that all day.
He has.
I mean, I got here in the second or third inning, and the amount of 0-2 counts. I mean, I can count on two hands. So that's his game plan. Get out in front, throw heat, and he gets strikeouts 50 on the year, and just if I can find this.
And most of the strikeouts
26.
from Fields are fastballs.
Yeah.
The 0-2. And that one just misses. Fields attempted to walk off the mound.
Yeah, he wanted that one just a bit low and outside. I think if it's an inch in either direction, that's a strike, but off the edge there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's up.
Brent's going to have to find this one again.
He'll get called off by Frank. And that's out number 3. Fields still allowing no runs, just 1 hit in the game today. Fields is dealing.
Fifth inning for Oak Ridge, number 4, Christian Cochran.
Back here at Oak Ridge High School, bottom of the 5th. And Cochran will be the one to lead off. Pauly, another outstanding demonstration from the Trojan defense with communication on those high pop-ups.
Yeah, Braden Frank able to call off Brent Jones for the second time today, making the good decision, had the better read, and we saw another play similar left field. Oh,
Cochran with the slash, but it'll be a comebacker to Gallant, and that'll be out number 1.
nearly got him on the fake bunt. Pitcher made a great play to snag that one. That's always that makes your heart drop as a pitcher when you see one come back that fast. Reese Catchings coming up to the plate.
Yeah, quick one out from Gallant. Catchings swings on the first pitch.
We're seeing these innings pick up in tempo as a lot of first or second pitch outs here.
Catching's a two-sport athlete as well.
Yeah,
Will be
halfback for the Oak Ridge football team.
Had a great season as well. Santa Barbara Community College next year as a running back. He'll swing on the 1-1. So
Fooled him on the breaking ball there. I mean, started on the outside part of the plate and just dropped into no man's land. Really tough to hold off that one, or to be able to hold that one off.
So that one's in the dirt, 2-2. Catchings has also had a hot bat as of late, earning himself the leadoff spot, but had a thumb injury about a month ago or so. So he had missed a few games, but he's back in the lineup and takes ball 3. It'll be a full count.
Man, that was close. Breaking ball up, tempting the pitch. Had a good snap on, almost brought down the strike zone, a bit too high.
Catchings.
Hard ground ball to second base, just able to pick it cleanly and get to first. No questions there.
Arbus with the easy put out for out number 2. And Callan Trexler will come up for the Trojans.
If I remember correctly, a few games ago, he had a first pitch leadoff home run. Might have been a while ago, but
Yeah, I remember that at some point. And for the first time today, Trexler not swinging at the first pitch. He's been trying to jump on Gallant.
I mean, that might be the answer for these hitters because he's been throwing strikes all day. And, I mean, both pitchers getting out in front of strikes.
Trexler, that one might fall. It's in no man's land, and it will. So Trexler reaches first with 2 outs.
Number 11, Brayden Frank.
Sometimes it isn't
yeah.
fireworks and heroics, little flares
There you
that die
go.
out. That's what gets you hits.
There you go. So Frank will step up for his third at bat. Struck out in his first go around, flew out to the left in the third. And here he is in the 5th with 2 outs, and his teammate Trexler and also his roommate Trexler on first base. Next year, both of these men will be heading to Sacramento State, continuing their baseball careers.
That would be an exciting show.
Yeah.
Sure, they both played for the Hornets for a while.
And Trexler will take off on the first move. A nice throw to second,
He's
but
safe. Yeah,
Trexler's
he's in there.
So good baseball all around. Good move by Trexler. Good throw from Caffarella.
Yeah, that was bang bang.
Yeah, they're going to appeal on this one. Super close call on there. Unfortunately, we don't have the high-definition cameras to challenge that one. But
You know, I think that play at first base, the Price made flipping over from third on the bobbled ground balls, in the mind still, and just trying to get something out of those two because those were 2 really close calls.
yeah, bang bang calls for sure. Frank at the plate, 2 outs. Trexler on second. And the off speed is in there for an outside strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Might have got away with one there. That one hung just a bit, but it's in the strike zone for a called strike.
That one's in the dirt. A wild pitch. Trexler will make the smart decision of staying at second.
Catcher made a good jump to get back on that one and got a friendly bounce off the pole area of our chain link fence here.
Frank leads the team in hits with 24 so far this season. Catching's next on the list with 16. So here's the 2-1. And the second strike of the at-bat. Same result as the first strike, and off speed on the outside corner.
Good pitch. I mean, it started kind of middle, went outside, but just enough to paint the corner or paint the edge.
Frank trying to drive Trexler in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And he will swing outside for strike number 3. And that does it for the 5th. 1-0 ball game. Trojans in front. We'll head into the top of the 6th. Back here in the top of the 6th inning, Hayden Pauly, Nico Horning, Charlie Limoncelli, Quentin Reynolds here with you today. Afternoon baseball pitchers duel, Fields versus Gallant. And leading off the inning for the Bulldogs will be Ronan McGagan. Fields misses for ball 1.
And this has just been a come at you fastball on fastball pitcher's duel out of these last few innings. A lot of quick at bats, putting the ball in play to the infield. It's been a great duel here.
McGagan will fake the bunt attempt there. 2-0.
First time I've seen him go down 2-0. I'm not sure if it's the first time of the game, but first time in a bit.
So he popped out to Hugh Harriet on his last go around. And that one's down for a strike in the bottom half of the zone.
Yeah, good pitch. Able to get one in there and now come back with something a bit higher in velocity.
McGagan fights off the high fastball. 2-2.
I think he should go back to it. I mean, it seemed like it caught him off surprise. I think he might be looking for the off speed, so come back to the high fastball, and if he chases there, fouls it off, go back down low.
Gets a piece there to foul it off. McGagan produced a walk in his first at-bat today. And Fields, in his 6th inning of work, still looking strong.
We're going to get time called. Yeah, he's looked great. I can't say enough. I mean, fastballs, able to command them well and just let his defense work. So that one's fouled off high, down around the left field line, or down left and back.
Folsom's offense jumping on the Oak Ridge pitching staff yesterday. It was Jones and Bolton. And McGagan will go for strike number 3. Couldn't hold it back. One out here in the top of the 6th.
Went back to the high fastball there. I mean,
The bread and butter for Fields.
yeah, for sure.
So here comes Adam Caffarella. 0 for 2 on the day. But he can produce at any moment. Fields has had the better hand so far. Caffarella first pitch.
That one's sinking in, a little bit of top speed on that one.
Yep.
Able to
Cochran
make the play.
comes in for the second out.
Now batting number 9, Peyton Dupree.
Peyton Dupree now for the Bulldogs. The DH struck out in the first and flew out to left in the 4th inning. See what he can do here with 2 outs. And Folsom still looking for the first run of the ball game. Fields in there for strike 1.
You know, if our scoreboard is correct, Fields thrown a 1-hitter
Yeah,
so far through 5 in 2/3.
can't ask for more than that. One of his few missed pitches.
Yeah.
Today right there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
No, I think one thing for Jake is controlling his energy. I think he's definitely a person that will ride with the emotions, and if he gets too hot on himself, he can tend to struggle a little bit. As that one will be put out and
Yeah.
will end the inning.
Frank stays with that one at second. But
I
keep
mean,
going on. Yeah.
he's commanded this game perfectly, able to basically control the game, his tempo, his game plan. He's going to throw strikes and he's gotten outs, and it's worked perfectly for him. So, great game from Jake Fields through 6, 5.5.
Yep. He'll hit it. 1-0. Back here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Brent Jones will step up to the plate for the Trojans. Has reached first in his 2 plate appearances today. Issued a walk in the 2nd. And a base hit over short in the 4th. Strike 1. Gallant remains on the mound for Folsom.
Ooh, good breaking ball on the outside. Didn't get him to chase, but that is such a tough pitch to hold off on and let it go by. Good take from Brett Jones there.
Yeah, it is Jones. The hot bat continues.
That one's
And that's
driven into left
ripped
field.
into the left center gap. Jones will round first, heading for 2. And Brent Jones has got himself a double to start the 6th inning.
Now batting number 35, Joe Carroll.
Left that one way too far over the middle of the plate, and Brent, I mean, like it was BP out there, just laced one into left center. Great piece of hitting from the
Utah commit.
yeah, Utah commit Brent Jones.
So, Aiden, we are now in the latter part of April in this school year. We got school winding down and tests and finals picking up, but we're out here broadcasting baseball. We've been doing a lot of sports this year. You yourself were one of the main features on the call for women's soccer
Yep.
during their remarkable run. Just talk about that season, and man, that was a fun game against Buchanan.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a fun season. The team was, I mean, when you talk about domination in soccer, you think goals, you think high scores. Really, for them, their domination, we're going to hold on to this ball. And they scored plenty, but I've never seen a soccer team so commanding of possession than that team right there. And just an amazing season to be a part of in that NorCal final. To win it in extras, just an amazing game, amazing thing to be a part of. To follow that team, and I couldn't be more proud to represent that team with my voice.
Caden Koshik will pinch run for Jones as he heads to second base after the leadoff double. Joe Carroll, the left-handed power bat, going old school with no batting gloves, and it's worked for him here in recent games. They're going to attempt to get Koshik there before Gallant delivers home. Carroll walked in his first at-bat. Flew out in the 4th inning.
And they're going to go back again. Didn't throw there, just look off. As things get quiet here, suspense heating up, I mean.
No lie.
That's going to be a chopper down to first.
Yeah, Carroll's going to swing on the first pitch, and you got to run that one out if you're Joe Carroll, no matter what you think the call is from the umpire.
Yeah, I mean, that one,
Now batting number 3,
maybe he might be arguing a hit off his foot or something, but that one we had a miscommunication between the pitcher and first baseman, and if he runs it out, he might have a chance there. So. And they're gonna talk about this one here. I believe Joe's arguing it came off his foot. It's no avail. Porter Price coming up. One down. Runner on third, so he does move the runner over.
Well, a few questionable calls to say the least, no matter what your opinion is, as Price steps in with one out. And the first pitch will miss from Gallant.
Tried to get him backdoor with off speed. Just kind of hung out there.
Koshik on third. So Price trying to get Koshik in. And a nice pitch from Gallant. Price out in front.
We've seen a lot of surprise when that breaking ball is brought out. Joe was out in front of one. I believe Braden. I believe it was Frank who was out in front of another one. So done well with that pitch.
And Price
Wow.
somehow goes on strike number 2.
I mean, he flinched his arms, but the bat didn't even really come off the shoulder. Anyway, got to stay battling. 1 and 2. Get those hands up higher on the bat, choke up, and fight another one off.
Price reached in his recent at bat with the base hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Koshik on third. Price trying to go the other way or drive Koshik in. That one's up in the air. It'll be
Will he have room
behind
to tag?
second.
Oh, it gets down. It got down.
So after all that, Price will end up at second base after that one fell in front of the right fielder, Slade Wilson. And the Trojans score for the second time of the day.
No, that goes back to communication. It seemed like the center field called off the right fielder and second baseman a bit too early. Didn't realize how fast that ball was sinking and couldn't get there on the dive. So that'll bring this game to a 2-0 lead for Oak Ridge here. Another insurance run for Jake.
Had some lucky hits as of late. And Harriet rips it on the first pitch, foul. Harriet with the cause of the first run in his last go around, the squeeze bunt.
And that one inside, yeah, looking to drive another one in. I mean, I've been watching a lot more MLB recently as of the past few years, and it seems like it's home runs or bust. And there's an art to spread it around the field type of offense, and as that one will be a ball high. And that bunt was just, I mean, textbook. You wonder, could you get away with more of that in MLB?
2 balls, 1 strike. Harriet takes a big hack.
He knew that one was high. Could have brought up ball 3, but fouling another one off. Seems like Andrew and a few of the Oak Ridge hitters have been looking for that high fastball. That's been the pitch they've been hunting down.
Harriet will strike out on the 2-2 count. 2 outs in the inning.
Number 25, Drew Oreskes.
And Drew Oreskes will pinch hit for Oak Ridge. The 6'3", 225 Oreskes, 7 of 18 in league play this season. Has a home run and leading the team in runs batted in with 10. So the power supply right here at the plate. Drew Oreskes with 2 outs, trying to drive in Porter Price, who stands on second.
We got 3 outs on your scoreboard here. Just a little chuckle. That's yeah, not quite yet.
Oreskes lays off the first pitch, ball 1.
Interesting bringing out the left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. You usually want to switch that if you're given the choice. But I think they like what they've seen out of Drew recently.
Gallant misses for the second time. 2-0.
Now, Nico, you played baseball for a few years. How much game planning is there as a pitcher going up? Like, how far into research do you go on the other team when you were a pitcher?
Well, as a pitcher at a young age, you really don't know much about the other team, and it kind of comes before the game, what you're going to throw before the pitch, working with your catcher, working with your pitching coach, and it's kind of questionable because you don't know the other team like these MLB teams do and college teams do, where they have all the stats on the opposing pitcher. Oreskes lays off 3-1 count.
I
So things are different at a younger age for sure, and
Yep.
most of it comes from the looks of a batter or a tendency of the batter from previous at-bats, and definitely different. Two different games in high school and above. 3-1, Oreskes fouls it off, full count.
It's going to be super exciting to see how these guys going into college ball transition to that type of league where it's more rigorous on the film room type of stuff that you see in other sports, and so I'm excited. I'm gonna try and keep up with with some of these guys on the team, check in on Sac State and Utah and all that. So
Yeah, Oreskes heading to Dordt University in Iowa. Went 2 for 3 yesterday and
draws a walk.
Draws a walk indeed. Oreskes finds himself on first. So pinch hitter
Now batting number 4, Christian
will get the
Cochran.
walk. Price remains on second, so 2 men on, 2 men out. And Cochran will come up to the plate for the Trojans.
You know, not a bad decision. I mean, don't intentionally walk him, but pitch away. I mean, that's the leading RBI hitter there with the guy in scoring position. Just make him force him to chase or get to the next batter.
Cochran lays off for ball 1. We've seen Cochran lay down a couple bunts today. And with 2 outs, not all likely here. That'll be a dribbler, a high chopper to third. And they get Cochran, a nice play from Gallagher. And that'll end the inning.
You know, I was starting to wonder with how fast Christian is, and that ball just hanging forever. It felt like an eternity coming down if he would have the time to get him, but makes a great throw from third, and that'll bring us to our 7th inning.
Yeah, nice quick throw from Gallagher. Ends the inning, and we will head into the top of the 7th. Fields will try and close this one out. 2-0 ball game.
Top of the 7th inning, number 26.
So here we are in the top of the 7th inning. Nico Horning, Aiden Pauly here with you as Fields will try and earn his 4th save of the season. It's 2-0. And the first pitch of the 7th is a strike. Blew it by Sean Carey. It's 0-1.
Sean Carey batting .281. This is no easy out right now.
Fields misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shout out to our crew today, Charlie Limoncelli on the computer, also my color analyst for the first few innings, Quentin Reynolds on the camera, and a huge understaffed setup today. But here we are in the top of the 7th. Fields misses for ball number 2. But Aiden, Fields has been everything for Oak Ridge today and really only missed a few times. Finds himself only allowing 1 hit here as we begin the 7th.
That one is popped up high out of play. Let's stay in possession. A sliding catch there. Did he hold on to it? He did.
Wow.
What a play.
So that'll be Gavin Kerr who made the play. And that's how this inning gets started.
Brings up number 11, Colin Gallagher.
1 down, 2 to close in this top of the 7th inning. Jake allowing just 1 hit today to carry. So
here comes Colin Gallagher. Fields hit Gallagher in his first at-bat. And that one's in there for a called strike. Gallagher also has some high vision. Drew 2 walks on Saturday. That one's popped up behind first. Jones calls for it, and he makes the grab for out number 2.
2 down, 1 to go. And now to potentially the final batter of this ball game, number 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, number 5, Slade Wilson. Batting just 107 on the year, but 3 RBIs and 28 at-bats. Let's close this one out here at Trojan Stadium.
Fields the pitch, and it's a called strike. Fields has been dealing all day and continues here in the 7th. Just a remarkable outing from the junior here at Oak Ridge. The 0-1. Fields misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fields in his 4th start this season has exceeded expectations. Trying to go for a complete game. Here's the 1-1. And it's in there for a called strike 2.
1-2 count, 1 pitch away for Jake Fields. A 1-hit complete game if he can get this last batter out.
Fields to close the game.
That one's up and away for ball 2.
You know, you get those nerves when you have a chance to close it out. That one just slipped a little bit from Fields.
You know, and you wonder if there's a little bit of fatigue. No matter how many pitches he's thrown, this has been a decent, you know, it's always hard on the body.
Fields the 2-2. That one's popped up. Kerr calls for it and left. And this game is over. Jake Fields with the complete game today. Hugs his catcher, Nichols. And Nichols came in for Bizjack to close out this 7th inning. Fields with 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and earns his 4th save of the season. Fields, the player of the game, brought to you by Trojan Pride Sports Marketing. Oak Ridge wins 2-0, and they will advance to 7-4 on the season and tie the series at 1 as they lost to Folsom yesterday. Earned the victory today. Mr. Pauly, what a game.
Well, I mean, beautiful game from Jake. Bats came alive late, and it was offensive, like, pieces. You know, it wasn't the big shots and explosive bats. It was the flares to right center, the bunts to bring in a run. That's what set these teams apart. Base running, communication, and putting the ball in the right spot.
So that does it. Charlie Limoncelli, Quentin Reynolds, Aiden Pauly. I am Nico Horning. We will be live tomorrow for our first ever track and field broadcast at the stadium. And then on Thursday for men's golf. Next week, we'll be back right here in this very spot, Monday and Thursday, as we close out the 2022 baseball season. Oak Ridge, an impressive victory today. 6 hits on 2 runs, and they beat Folsom 2-0. I am Nico Horning, saying good night, and we'll see you tomorrow at the stadium for track and field.